What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, y'all know what time it is. It's Friday, and Dr. Bob just came out with the animation. So today, this one looks like it could be kind of cool. It looks like a water SCP. This is SCP-1451 Sunken Children's Perimeter. So straight up with the title and seeing the thumbnail, it might look similar to I believe maybe like children's sirens. Something along the lines of that might, drag people swimming underwater down to the depths. Who knows? Could be like possible like mer creatures, we don't know, or like ghosts undersea. But I'm leaning along the lines of it being kind of like a siren because it's a female in the thumbnail, siren. So, we shall see. But like always, y'all know what we do on this channel. Just like in the video, we're going to be diving deep today. But before we do that, we have to spare some time for today's sponsor. If you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons or RPGs that use pencil and dice that revolve around the SCP universe, this game might be the one for you. SCP tabletop role-playing game lets you take on the role of members of the Foundation to help secure, contain, and protect various anomalies throughout the globe. SCP Tabletop RPG offers a unique drama card system that allows players to draw from a deck of 82 unique effects to keep your dictator, GM, on their toes. Effects range from rerolling an attribute check to rewriting your own character's backstory. Players begin with a security level which not only determines what sensitive data they're allowed to access within the Foundation, but also the weapons that they have access to, and what pages in the book they are given free access to read. If this sounds interesting to you, you can click the link in the description below and the first 100 will get 10% off the order. Again, special shout out to Jason, the creator of this game, for being the sponsor for today's video. If this was interesting to you, remember, click the link in the description and feel free to check it out for yourself. Alrighty, so with that all out the way, please remember to smash that like button if you do enjoy the reaction, smash the sub button, and hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And also remember, you guys could always join Discord. That's where you could talk to me when I'm not, making videos. And also you could hit me up on Patreon if you want to support the channel even more. All the links will be in the description below. So yeah, with that all out the way, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-1451 Sunken Children's Perimeter. Lego.
Two recreational divers are swimming along the seafloor nearly 100 feet below the surface. This husband and wife duo are no strangers to scuba diving, and they move effortlessly through the water as they marvel at the various fish and plant life that normally remain unseen by humans.
Okay.
The woman taps her husband on the shoulder and points in the direction of a forest of kelp before starting to swim towards it. The man is about to follow when he sees something out of the corner of his eye.
Uh-oh.
He stops and turns to get a better look. A few dozen meters away is a group of people.
A whole tribe of them?
The man is confused. He looks back towards his wife, who is motioning for him to follow her. He raises a single finger as if to say, "I'll be with you in a minute," and starts to swim in the direction of the strange crowd of people standing on the seafloor.
What? Alright, maybe it's just like, maybe I'm just different. If I saw that, I wouldn't go... Like, for one, if I saw a group of people underwater, first I'll get the person I'm diving with, tell them forget about the patch of grass, and look over there, and at least come with me, so if something happens, you know exactly what's going on. But, we shall see.
He still can't make out exactly what he's looking at. A light current is causing silt to kick up and hang in the air, obscuring his view. As he gets closer, though, everything becomes clear. It really is a group of people, standing perfectly still.
They look dead.
30 meters underwater.
They look dead.
But they aren't living people, of course. They're statues. The man can see now that these are statues of children. They're standing in a circle, facing outwards, and each one is holding hands with the statues next to them, forming an unbroken ring. He swims closer to get a better look. The statues are covered in algae and other plant life.
They probably turned to statues.
He doesn't know who or why someone would make this strange art piece, but whatever their reasons, it looks like it's been down here a long time.
Gonna open up?
He swims around the circle and counts more than 20 in total, with each one looking to be unique. While the center of the circle of statues is empty, there's pieces of bricks and concrete scattered all around it.
Okay, makes sense. So I'm assuming they're all unique because they're all individual humans at one point in time. And whatever this SCP is, turn them into statues. I think that might be her power, or he or it. We shall see. But it looks pretty interesting right now.
There used to be something down here. A building or some kind of structure that once housed the statues and has now collapsed. It seems impossible that anything could have ever been built down here. He looks back in the direction of his wife, but he can't see her. She must be somewhere along the kelp investigating her own mysteries.
Oh, God.
He's about to head in her direction when he notices something. The inside of the circle isn't empty. Something is inside, sticking out of the sand.
Is the garden in it?
He swims up above the ring to get a better look. There's definitely something buried in the circle of statues. He can see now that it is the corner of what looks to be a metal box. He swims down closer to the box and reaches a hand out towards it when he suddenly stops and looks up.
Knew it.
The woman
Trap.
swims out of the dense kelp forest carrying a brightly colored shell. She can't wait to show her husband how beautiful it is.
Really? Just for a shell? Bruh, this is what I'm talking about. You should have just told her to come with you.
She looks around, but there's no sign of him. She looks in the direction that he swam and spots the same strange group of people that he did.
And he's part of them too
As
now.
she swims towards them, she also quickly realizes that these are just statues. Very odd ones, but statues nonetheless. She also notices the rubble that surrounds them. The broken chunks of concrete, bricks, some bones. Wait, bones? That's when she spots something else lying on the ocean floor just outside the ring of statues. It's her husband's scuba tank, with his shattered mask resting on top.
Bruh. Dr. Bob! Bruh.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob,
Cool.
and this is SCP-1451, also known as Sunken Children's Perimeter.
This dude, bro.
SCP-1451 is the designation that has been given to an anomalous set of metal statues that possess very strange and deadly properties. The 26 statues, each of which is unique and have been given the designations SCP-1451-1 through 26, all resemble human children and range in height from 1.32 to 1.43 meters.
Oh, wow. I was wrong. I thought they were victims of the SCP. But they're the SCP itself. 26 of them, too. Caught me off guard.
They are located within an ocean inlet on the seafloor and are arranged in a circle facing outwards, with each holding hands with the ones next to
What are they
it,
guarding,
forming an
though?
unbroken ring. These statues are anything but stationary, though, at least some of the time. And in fact, they have 3 distinct stages of motion, which the SCP Foundation refers to as Class 1 through 3 scenarios. The first, a Class 1 scenario, is the designation given when no movement is detected at all. This is the state that the statues appear to spend the majority of their time in. The designation will change to Class 2 when some slight movement of the statues is detected. In this state, they can be seen to slowly raise and lower their hands,
They're stretching?
while also subtly moving together in a counterclockwise direction. Bubbles have been observed coming from the statues' mouths during this scenario. SCP-1451 will be seen to behave this way when a large object comes near it, and it will often mean that the statues are preparing to transition into a Class 3 scenario.
Why didn't you do that when the other guy was there? We didn't see them move at all or see any bubbles. What?
A Class 3 scenario will be triggered when a solid object that weighs more than 40 grams enters the center of the circle. When the object, whether it be a living one or not, enters this activation area, the statues will fully animate and turn their attention on the object with only one purpose.
Okay, so they will fully animate when someone's within the circle. So if they're outside of the circle, like the first dude, they will still be moving like that and you'll see bubbles. If that was the case, it should have done that with the first guy. And I'm assuming that will probably like trigger him to like, you know, get away. Possibly. But that's weird that it didn't.
To destroy it. When the statues enter a Class 3 scenario, they exhibit incredible strength and agility. They appear to possess at least a rudimentary form of intelligence as well, as they have been seen utilizing teamwork and advanced tactics. Once the statues have been activated, they are relentless in the pursuit of their targets, stopping at nothing to neutralize them. Should you manage to make it out of the activation area, the statues will still continue to give chase, and in one case, they followed a target over a kilometer before finally overtaking it. Once they get their hands on a target, death and destruction are all but assured. They will rip and tear anything that enters their circle apart, be it man or machine, with their metallic hands.
Bruh.
Once they have eliminated the object, the statues will then return to their Class 1 scenario position.
They'll beat them down until they're just nothing but bones? Wow, that's vicious.
Attempts to intercept the statues as they return to their activation area will lead to what the Foundation has dubbed a Class 3.5 scenario, during which they will destroy anyone or anything that tries to intervene or prevent them from reaching their destination. While SCP-1451 might seem to be one of the simpler anomalies in the SCP Foundation database, there may just be more to this story than first meets the eye.
Yeah.
And in fact, the sunken children's perimeter may not even be the first anomaly that was contained here.
Wait, what? Were you alluding to... Were we supposed to think that they were the first anomaly contained at the SCP Foundation? Because I didn't think that. What are you on? Hold up. Am I missing something?
In fact, the sunken children's perimeter may not even be the first anomaly that was contained here.
Yeah, he said it right.
Those with Foundation Overseer level clearance have access to some rather interesting documents that help to fill in just what SCP-1451 might really be.
Wait, yo, what? He just said he needs Overseer clearance. Dr. Bob, are you an Overseer? Okay, we need some lore on Dr. Bob, guys, because this guy has too much information just like sharing with us, yo. This guy's an O5 council member. No cap, for real.
And more importantly, what they're protecting. The documents include a manifest of the materials that were initially recovered from the area where SCP-1451 was discovered. These materials included rough...
Overseer clearance only. He's accessing it. He's an Overseer. Yo, the cat's out of the bag. We just need to find out which one he is. That'd be cool. He's an administrator. Yo.
Roughly 20 kilograms of bricks, 4,000 kilograms of containment-grade concrete, the type normally used in SCP Foundation sites, and most interesting of all, a damaged Scranton box.
Oh, whoa.
For those unaware, Scranton boxes were the precursors to Dr. Scranton's much better-known reality anchors. These powerful devices are used to contain reality warping anomalies and prevent them from bending the fabric of our universe to their whims. Dr. Scranton's initial research into the technology produced an early version that was used in the containment of anomalies, though we now know that the technology was flawed and could lead to failures in containment. In the case of SCP-1451, a document was partially recovered from the Scranton box that alludes to just such a failure. In this instance, a powerful Euclid-class reality warper was being held at Area 56, a location that the Foundation has no record of ever having existed.
Wow.
The corrupted file seems to suggest that the reality warping SCP's primary anomalous attribute was that things it believed to be real would become real. If it misconceived reality in any way, its anomalous abilities would force that misconception to become actual reality.
Yo, is this an actual SCP? Please, if it is, guys, let me know which one this is, because that seems like one of the more unique reality warping powers. Like, wow, that's really dope.
For example, after the anomalous entity referred to an agent assigned to its containment as a child, the agent was at risk of undergoing various physical and mental changes to truly become a child. It appears that the anomaly may have begun conflating various aspects of its containment, mixing up the concepts of containment itself, the metal of its cage, the concrete of its cell, the child agent involved with its containment, the SCP Foundation itself. They all became entangled within the reality warping anomaly's mind, and appear to have been jumbled together in such a way that led to the creation of SCP-1451.
Wow. And for one, how was that reality warper Euclid class? That makes no damn sense. But let me hear that one more time. From what he was doing, he created this SCP?
Foundation itself, the elements of containment itself, the metal of its cage, the concrete of its cell, the child agent involved with its containment, the SCP Foundation itself. They all became entangled within the reality warping anomaly's mind, and appear to have been jumbled together in such a way that led to the creation of SCP-1451.
Because that one child was in it, with the metal and with the Scran box. Would make sense. Wow. Okay, that is really unique. I want to know the SCP of that reality warper.
Led to the creation of SCP-1451. A group of metal children who are eternally on guard and destroy anything that tries to breach their perimeter. Just what happened to Area 56, the personnel who were stationed there, or the powerful reality warping anomaly they contained, continues to be a mystery.
Wow, damn it.
SCP-1451 has been classified as Euclid, and is considered to be effectively contained at its current location.
I'm actually extremely butthurt. I want to know that reality warper. But with his powers, he probably just, wiped himself from existence. Or from our minds. Yo, he created a whole new SCP. That's so crazy.
A sphere of wire mesh netting has been erected around it in order to ensure that no objects enter its activation area. But in the event that an object does manage to enter the circle,
why?
The statues are to be remotely monitored, and no attempts whatsoever are to be made to try and rescue the person or object that triggered the Class 3 scenario.
Don't even waste time. They cut the dome part to go through it. They want to get fucked up. So, I mean, I wouldn't be wasting any manpower or any energy trying to save that dude. You know, you that's your destiny that you want to, you know, deal with.
Yeah. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob.
Y'all see what's on the coat hanger. Now Dr. Bob's a reality warper. Yo. We need a backstory on Dr. Bob. Just please come out with an animation of just Dr. Bob, his origins, because this guy is all over the place, man. Yo, you ain't nothing's getting past me. You need to explain yourself, Dr. Bob. This is getting serious now.
Like SCP-4975, time's up for another anomaly that is relentless in the pursuit of its targets. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single anomaly as we delve further and further into the SCP Foundation's classified archive.
It's finished, bro. That's all I needed to see. Dr. Bob, I'm coming for you. I hope you're watching because I have some questions and you have the answers for me. I'm going to get them. So with that being said, guys, if you're excited or if you enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Also smash the sub button, join the family, and hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And also let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section below. And if you guys are a little sus about Dr. Bob now because, you know, he let a lot out this episode. I mean, he wasn't on guard, but, you know, we'll get the answers we need someday. So with all out the way, hope you guys all have a great day. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.